Okay, let's get right into it. You see it everywhere, right? Everyone is shouting, make AI videos. It's the new gold rush on YouTube. But here's the thing. There's a huge piece of the puzzle that nobody seems to talk about, actually getting monetized. Some AI channels are absolutely crushing it, while others are getting shut down almost as fast as they started. So what is really going on here?
I mean, this is the big question, and the confusion is totally understandable. You follow the tutorials, you use all the cool new AI tools, and then bam, your channel gets hit with a policy violation. It's incredibly frustrating. So in this explainer, we are going to pull back the curtain on YouTube's rules and give you a clear, straightforward strategy that actually works.
And look, the stakes are super high. This is the fork in the road. On one path, you've got successful channels building a real, sustainable business, but on the other, you have channels that just burn out, getting flagged for violations, and disappearing. The difference between these two isn't about which AI tool you use, it's all about the strategy behind it. So let's go ahead and solve this mystery, once and for all. What does YouTube actually care about when they look at AI content? Well, the answer is surprisingly simple, and spoiler alert, it has nothing to do with banning AI itself.
And this, right here, is the absolute heart of the matter. This is the key. YouTube isn't anti-technology. I mean, they use AI all over their own platform. What they are cracking down on is content that just lacks a human touch. Content without creativity, without any real value or effort. If you can understand this one point, everything else will fall into place.
Once you get that, it becomes pretty clear that there are two massive traps that creators fall into, and these are what get channels demonetized. The first, and honestly the most important one, is what YouTube calls low-effort content. So let's break down what that actually means.
Okay, so think of it this way. If you just tell an AI to write a script, then you plug that into an AI voice generator, and then you just slap on some random AI-generated clips, well, you've just created low-effort content. There's no human curation, there's no unique point of view, and you haven't really added any value yourself.
And we're already seeing this play out in the real world. For a little while, you had these channels popping up with those long AI-generated revenge stories that did really well. But now YouTube sees them for what they are, low-value content that's only designed to keep you watching, but it doesn't give you any real information. And as a result, they're getting demonetized left and right.
Now, the second trap is a very close cousin to the first one, mass-produced content. This is basically the factory assembly line of YouTube. It's when you create one single video template and then just churn out dozens of them by swapping out a few keywords. YouTube's system can spot this a mile away.
Let me show you what I mean. Imagine you make a video, 5 amazing facts about space. You use a certain AI voice, some generic background music, and a specific style of animation. And hey, the video does okay. So, the next day, you think, great, I'll do another one. You make 5 amazing facts about oceans. But you use the exact same AI voice, the exact same music, the same structure. Everything is identical. The only thing you've changed is the topic. And then you do it again for Earth. To YouTube's algorithm, this doesn't look like 3 unique, creative videos. It looks like one low-effort template being spammed over and over. This gets flagged as mass-produced, and it is a one-way ticket to getting your channel demonetized.
All right, so we have talked a lot about what not to do. Let's flip this whole thing around. How do we use AI as a super powerful, creative partner instead of a shortcut that gets us in trouble? It really just comes down to a smart, thoughtful approach. The SMART strategy really breaks down into 3 main areas: how you manage your scripts, what you do for your voiceovers, and how you use your visuals. By making sure you add your human touch to each one of these stages, you create content that's valuable, unique, and, most importantly, monetizable. First up, scripting. So, can you use something like ChatGPT? Of course, but here's the key. Don't just copy and paste. Use it like a research assistant. Let it generate outlines and ideas for you. But then it's your job to come in, rewrite it, inject your own personality, maybe add a personal story, and just make it sound human. That's where the real value is. Next, voiceovers. And listen, this part is so critical. Using the same old generic robotic AI voice that thousands of other channels are using is a huge red flag. Instead, you should use a tool like 11 Labs to create a unique, custom voice that is only for your channel. It sounds way more human, it helps you build a real brand, and it is safe for monetization. And finally, let's talk about visuals. It is totally fine to use AI-generated images and clips, but And this is a big but. They have to be relevant. They have to actually match what you're talking about in the script. They can't just be random filler to keep the screen busy. And crucially, you have to tell YouTube you're using AI. When you upload, there's an option for altered or synthetic content. Make sure you check that box. Transparency is everything.
So now that we've got the tactics down, let's kind of zoom out and look at the big picture. If you want to build an AI-assisted channel that lasts, what kind of content should you even be making? Well, the answer is all about providing real, tangible value.
The channels that are not just surviving, but are actually thriving, are in educational niches. They're teaching people something useful. Whether it's motivation, business case studies, or tech tutorials, all these topics provide real knowledge. They're based on research, they're improved by a human touch, and they give the audience genuine value, which makes them 100% safe to monetize. And that really brings us to the final and, honestly, the most important takeaway from all of this. Your channel's success is not about the AI tools. It is about you. It's about the effort you put in, the unique perspective you bring to the table, and the value you give to your audience. AI is an incredible tool, but you are the creator.
So as you go forward, just keep asking yourself this one simple question, because the answer is going to decide whether you're building a channel that lasts for a few months or one that's going to thrive for years and years to come.